Hi, my name is Murtaza Salman, and I'm here with my empathy assignment. This is my partner, my dad, Abzul Salman, and our topic for today is gas cars versus electric cars. I agree because gasoline and diesel powered cars are familiar and quick and easy to refuel. It can travel long distances between Phillips and all of which electric cars can't necessarily be said about electric. This can't be necessarily said about electric cars. Another reason another reason is that it is an internal combustion engine, and it's been around for a century, and yet another reason is that gas cars are easy to use and easy to refuel and has a driving and it has a driving distance and makes it easy for drivers for long road trips.
Well, we can say similar things about electric cars too. Electric cars now also they run for example, 550 miles for Lucid or like 325 miles for Teslas, or even imported cars from South Korea. So I think equally we can say electric cars also run a long time, but obviously there are less number of charging stations, but they can charge like in 10 minutes. They can now charge up to like 80% of the capacity, which is if it's 300 miles, then 80% will be like 240 miles. So that's not bad for 10 minutes of charge. So I think it's getting pretty close to what electric cars are getting pretty close to what ICE cars do. ICE is like internal combustion engines, which take gas or diesel.
At some point, I agreed that electric cars are more safer on Earth and climate because a has a negative gas because gas cars right now it doesn't have a negative impact on the Earth and its climate.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
When like electric cars are on the road, they don't create too much pollution, or actually zero pollution almost. But on the other hand, like when electric cars are being manufactured in factories, so the amount of energy and the power they take to create an electric car is almost uh, same as what ICE car, uh, the amount of pollution an ICE car creates in the all of its life.
Mhm. At some point, both electric cars. I disagree with you because at some point both electric and gas cars, has their own pros and cons. At and car companies knows this, so they are making this. They are making delightly on making the electric cars. The electric cars are giving us massive fuel efficiency benefits over gas vehicles, but there are generally very expensive as compared to gas cars. Both both has their pros and cons.
Well, I agree with that, with Murtaza, that there are pros and cons for both cars, and I think we are in agreement on this point.
Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Thank you. I hope
Well,
you.
I mean, if you look at both the cars, I disagree with you because if you look at both cars, whether electric or gas, the most important thing in buying a car is your personal choice. Someone likes electric cars, they don't they don't care about the car fuel or the gas prices. They just want the luxury car when either it's gas or electric.
That is true. Like electric cars are terribly, terribly expensive. Take the example of, for example,
Lucid.
no, Tesla Model 3. It's a very small car, and like it costs you like at least $50,000. But on the other hand, same size ICE car, for example, a Corolla costs maybe like $25,000. It's almost half the price. So I think that's a big difference. Yeah.
Well, I agree with you, Dad, because gasoline cars and electric cars have their own advantage and disadvantages. Gasolines are quick to refuel and can travel long distances between Phillips. Gasoline cars are easy to use and generally you can buy from low to high cost, while electric cars are safer for environment. For low emissions vehicles, sometimes people have an anxiety over finding a charging station, but gas car is low on fuel too. You could you could pull up into a gas station and fill up in 5 minutes. Charging an electric car takes some time, and some of them charged in 20 minutes. Charging stations is becoming available across the country. The electric need lower maintenance, while gasoline maintenance is every 3 months, and they are tax insensitive
Uh,
too.
yeah, that is correct. Like when you buy a electric car, you get tax incentives. So that means a car can cost you less. For example, recent like Biden rebate of $7,500 for cars which are like batteries which are made in USA. You can get $7,500 rebate on the cost of the car. So that's definitely a plus. But on the other hand, like Murtaza was saying, there are like no scarcity of charging stations, even though their number is increasing every day. But it does not compare to the number of gas stations we have, like when we are traveling. For example, one state to another state, for example, from New York to California, so that's a long distance, and you might, like if you drive an electric car, you might run out of power somewhere, and then you'll be stuck. And even if the tow truck comes and they don't have the enough power, they cannot charge your car, so they don't have the infrastructure in place yet. So I think it's going to take some time for electric cars to be where ICE cars are nowadays.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you enjoyed too, and I had fun. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Tata.